So many of you completed a survey that we sent around, and I really do appreciate that you all took the time to do that. Is there anyone in the room who didn't know about the survey that we sent out for assessing interest in a separate conference or developing a new sort of K20 event as part of another national conference? How many of you completed that survey? All right, gold stars around. For those of you who didn't, you certainly still can. It's still open survey. We'll certainly take the data that you submit. I thought it'd be worth going through now and just talking a little bit about the survey results to show you kind of what we found out, and then use that to springboard into a discussion about where we want to go with this. So as Louis mentioned, there's been some pretty significant interest, I think, from the community in the K20 initiative, and we've all been encouraging folks to attend the Internet2 member meetings and to participate in events like what was previously the Keystone Conference. But there seems to be a sort of growing need for an event tailored for the K20 community around Internet2. Most of us aren't necessarily bringing teachers or faculty members here to the Internet2 meeting. How can we sort of leverage an existing conference that they go to? Or in fact, is it time? Is there enough of a community that we really want to start thinking about doing something that's a separate event for encouraging awareness about Internet2 among the K20 community? So we sent out the survey, and it was just a little survey, 10 questions. The first one, what does your organization currently do to promote, driving me nuts. What does your organization currently do to promote awareness about Internet2 to the K20 community? So you see here, you get sort of a broad range here. Organize an annual I2 day or other large K20 event, 33%. Hold an Internet2 track as part of a statewide technology conference. A lot of folks are doing that, and we're certainly aware of some of the events underway in those communities. 27.8% encourage broad attendance at the semi-annual I2 meetings. I think travel budgets being what they are for both higher ed and K-12, it's very hard to encourage folks to come to an Internet2 member meeting if you're not deeply immersed in Internet2 on a day-to-day basis. Work with individual members is a significant way that folks do this, 38.9%. And of course, 50% use electronic communications. So listservs, blogs, web pages, things like that. Just to kind of jump through effectiveness of these different methods. Again, I think you're seeing the electronic communication being sort of the most represented there in terms of effectiveness and use by folks broadly across the national K20 community. So 44% here to attend the semi-annual member meetings. In terms of future outreach, what are folks doing there? When asked if SEGPs or organizations would be interested in participating, we did get 72.2 in a regional Internet2 K20 conference. And so that seems to be a pretty high number there. 55.6 in a multi-day national Internet2 conference, 66 on a virtual I2 day. So there's lots of different ways we could go with this here. In our last meeting in Chicago, we talked about tacking something on as part of another conference, and we asked you all to tell us which are the big conferences that your communities go to, and so we tried to represent those here to see which ones kind of were most most representative of the conferences that your communities go to. NAC is the big one, and COSN is the other one, I think, for K-12. Someone, I think, Sherry, you actually had mentioned the ADC conference, and so we put that on there. A lot of folks aren't familiar with that, but probably